Hey, this is Daniel Norton. I'm here in my studio in New York City with Ashley.
Hi.
And we're making some portraits. And actually, what I'm doing here is I'm going to talk a little bit about cosmetic or beauty gels. I've got this kit here. And this comes from a question I got. Actually, somebody sent me a DM and they said, you know, what level of CTO should I put on my light when I'm shooting a portrait to warm it up? And my answer to that was none, right? Because CTO is for adjusting your camera or your lights to match tungsten light, right? It's color temperature orange. And while it will warm up the skin tone, depending on the person you're shooting and depending on the situation, it can make them look too orange, like it doesn't look natural. So there's these gels, and I think they're maybe less well known, because whenever I mention them, people are like, what? Called beauty or cosmetic gels, and there's all kinds of different ones here, cosmetic burgundy, cosmetic peach, and they're basically soft, subtle colors that are designed for skin tone. So I'm gonna kind of walk through just a really simple portrait setup with Ashley to kind of show you guys, you know, what they do and how they work. And yeah, here we go. So I've got Profoto A1s here. I got one in the back, giving me like just a light on the background. And then I have one here inside the 3-foot Octa with a grid. That's gonna be my key light. And the way we'll start, we're at 5.6 250th of a second. I'm gonna start by just doing a TTL exposure with no gels. This is just the naked flash. My camera is set on flash white balance. And let's see what we get. A couple of them here on the tripod. So the flash is on, but again, no gels yet. Good. Good, good, good. Here we go. All right, and that looks pretty nice. You know, it's a nice portrait. She looks great. You know, her skin tone looks correct, right? But now we want to mess around and warm it up a little bit. And I have a couple of options. What you normally want to do is take your different gels and kind of hold them up in front of your face and like, or the subject and decide. I went with, I'm going to do the strong one first. A really strong color, like this is a peach, a heavy. This is Moroccan Frost. Spoiler alert, this doesn't look good. And then we also got a lighter one, which I think is going to work better for us. But let's take a look. I'm simply going to put it on my key light. Now again, I'm putting it on my key light. If I tried to change white balance in post over the whole image, or I put a white balance change in the camera, it would change the whole photo. I don't want to do that. I just want to change the key light. And I am in TTL, so it should compensate. Let's see, focusing. Yeah, whoosh. Oh, looks like that background light did not fire. Let's see. Let's try it again. Cool, you can see that, okay. So, this is very extreme, right? And for this situation and for Ashley, I think no. There will be people that this will look great on. You know, it really depends on their skin tone when they're starting. If they've got a very kind of a warm skin tone that has the greens in it, it can help counteract it. But I think that's just way too much. I think we're gonna go with this one, which is cosmetic tint, I think they call it. And I'm just gonna throw it in my gel holder. Same thing. Basically I just have the Profoto gel holder on this. You know, they give you color correction gels in this set, but I like to cut my own gels, and I'm gonna use this instead. You can also just drape the gel over the head. What I would do is, like I said, test everything before you cut them, because you may not want certain gels for certain people, you know, and then you'll learn over time. And actually make notes, you know, like, hey, we know Ashley looks good with this one, we can add it next time. So this is now the secondary one, boom. And we can see now how much more subtle that is, right? So flash, Moroccan, and now our just cosmetic tint. Right? We can see though, well, let's get rid of the Moroccan one because nobody likes that. Maybe somebody likes that, but not me. So you see the subtle difference here. It's warm, but her skin still looks the same. It basically looks like if she was in the sun and had like a little bit of a tan. It looks more natural. It doesn't look like she's orange, right? It doesn't look, you know, strange and jaundiced. It just looks nice. And it actually helps with the contrast of the image too, by the way, because it's bringing the white areas of her skin, the really light areas, to like a little bit of a, you know, a little more of a color. So let's shoot a few like that, because that's the one I like. I mean, note that it does change everything. So if you are doing, let's say, fashion, and you don't want to change the color of the clothing, then you don't want to do this necessarily. But for portraiture, I think this is exactly what we want. You know, we can see that, yeah, this is actually, you look almost directly at me. I actually like the shadow on her face. You guys can let me know if you like shadow. I don't think you do, but who knows, maybe you guys like shadow. Yeah, there we go, come that way slightly. There we go, one more like that. Let's do one more, I'm gonna change my focus spot. Good, 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 cool. Yeah, I like that. It's warmed up, it looks nice. You know, it doesn't look unnatural, and I think it's a great portrait. So super simple, like that, guys. So I think right now, like these days, people always say these days, I don't know what that means. Well, I guess it means these days. You know, people are using gels like crazy. Gels are a huge trend, but they're mostly using lots of color gels, and we've done a bunch of stuff with color gel, but this is a more subtle way to use color. And actually, if you're working as a pro, you want to move to that next level, these are the kind of things that can kind of set you different than the rest, right? There's no preset that I'm using here. It's in my lights, so nobody can duplicate this by figuring out how I adjusted color channels or whatever. And also, it's going to look that way even on the back of my camera if I wasn't shooting tethered, because the light is that color. Super simple, and like I say, I would get a set of them since you don't really necessarily know what you like. I would go with the set. It's called the Rosco Beauty. I'll put the link. And when you get a new subject in front of you, put them in some bright light, hold it, you know, in front of them, and get a feel for which one looks the best, and then try a couple and see what you like. Right? Easy as that. I will put Ashley's information in the description for you guys to follow her. Follow me, Daniel Norton Photographer. Be sure to subscribe to Adorama TV, and I'll see you next time on set.